What is up, everyone? Welcome to the PsyBrawn's podcast, your weekly dose of me talking about random things in tech and gaming with my best friends right here. I am your host, PsyBrawn, and joining me today is Cyberpunk, Nini, and Johnny. What is up, guys?
Nothing
Uh,
much.
Happy
Chilling.
Friday.
Yes, it is
Yeah,
Friday.
it is Friday. You
It's
got
Saturday
a
for me
drink
now.
there.
Happy
Shout out
Friday.
to the sponsors, Stella Ortola.
It'd be nice to get some sponsorship.
Thanks,
What about you? What
Sam's
about you,
Club,
Johnny? What
for
you got? What you got?
supplying me the shirt. What I got? Oh,
What are
I
you
got
drinking?
Jameson.
What are you drinking?
I got Jameson,
Jameson, what's that mixed in there?
Jameson and Coke. Just Jameson and Coke.
Jameson and Coke. So mine's
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, some might need a refill.
That's destroyed already. Nini, you on anything?
Ginger ale and my pen.
Yeah.
That's
All
all.
right.
And I got munchies and I got nothing to eat.
Oh no.
It's
DoorDash.
salty.
That's why you gotta buy that Nagaraya up in there. You know, you get some.
They walk in the background. I got an order. I got.
Nice. All right. Some housekeeping.
I-
We started a podcast. If you find the content something you like or want more of, follow me at twitch.tv/Cybron and catch me live streaming games during the week or on the podcast every Friday night, right around this time, between 10 and 11 o'clock at night, Pacific time. If you want to avoid the ads on Twitch, feel free to use your Prime Gaming sub on the channel. If you can't catch me live, catch the crew here live. The VOD will also be available on YouTube. You guys want to plug anything?
No,
Go ahead, guys.
No,
I ain't nowhere but here.
Nini,
I ain't
no
nowhere but
streaming,
here.
no
I'm
streaming.
active. I'm
Lily?
active more on Twitter. I would say follow my Instagram, but I'm not active there. But follow me on Twitter, BooItzNini.
All right, Cyberpunk, are you gonna start doing stuff again? No,
Boy, I'm
no.
itching. I'm itching. But
I know.
I like staying low key right now, just on your channel, bro. I like it like
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm loving that too.
Johnny, you gonna
You
gonna break out?
popped my cherry, man. This is the first time I've
Pop
voluntarily
the cherry.
um, done a recording at my own free will.
And that's why I
Right.
got
So-
you. I got you
Right.
live before we even started, just so
Honored
that
to
you
have
knew.
Joe Coy
Sneaky-
on
sneaky
the stream
bastard.
tonight, guys.
Joe Coy.
Stand up, about to start.
Oh man, Joe Coy on the stream. Got him.
Oh man, I think it's the hair
Yeah, what have you guys been
Definitely
playing?
or the lack thereof.
Jeff, you
I
been
was
playing
gonna
this
say,
week?
wait.
Honestly, I haven't been playing, bro. I've been taking a break.
Yeah.
Hardcore break. Actually, today was the first day I turned on the PlayStation in probably 2 weeks, to be quite honest.
Cool. Nini, what you been playing?
Just Apex, The Hunt Showdown, which is a great I think it's
yeah,
an underrated
Hunt.
game.
Yeah?
Underrated game. Yes, I think everybody would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it too, Jeremy. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, maybe if you
yeah.
stream it, then I'll check it out.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll get back on streaming too.
Is that Apex Legends that we talking about?
Yeah. Oh, the first game, yeah, but the second game's a whole different game. The Hunt.
It's-
John,
but it's all
John,
on-
it might
it's all
stress out
online,
Johnny.
right?
The
Huh?
Hunt.
The what?
It's a scary game, bro. You can't play it.
Oh man, damn. Look, I wasn't talking about me. I was gonna say
zombies in
I
that
could tell
shit,
my
bro.
son to play it.
What about you, Johnny? What you been playing?
Man, I gotta take it way back, going way back. Get StarCraft,
Oh.
Still? You still on that StarCraft?
man.
That game is
Are
got
you-
some
are
life.
you playing PvP?
I like those strategy games.
Are you
Those
playing
are
against
fun.
people or?
I just put on all the put on all. Oh man, I just put on the cheat codes. Just play against the computer.
What's
Oh
the
my-
what's the
Build
low
hella
level
shit.
gru-
Take over
what's
the whole
low
island.
level grunt called in that game?
Zergling?
Zerg? Yeah, it's
It
Zerg.
depends
Zerg.
if you're
The fucking
if you're
Zerg.
Zerg, Terran, or
There's
Protoss.
a Zerg.
Oh, Protoss,
That's it.
bro.
Zerg.
Zerg
That's what I was
Zerg
looking
look like aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the
yeah,
Terran, like the
that's the one.
hardest one to play when it comes to
The
PvP.
humans? The
The
humans?
Yeah.
Terran? Yeah,
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 that's
the
what I heard.
humans.
I
Mm.
don't know how they do the mining so quick. Oh god, nope, can't do it.
Man, you gotta put them cheat codes in. That's how you do the mining hella quick.
Great
So
game though.
yeah,
'Cause I hate waiting for that stuff sometimes.
I've been playing Xenoblade.
I wish they would come out with a. What's that?
Here you go. Amiibos came out today.
Okay, wow.
Check
Ready
it
for the
out.
examples.
Yeah, man. Got to.
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
Focus. Beat everybody to the punch today at the GameStop. Sorry,
You got the
they're mine.
hookup.
Holla if you hear me.
Yep.
Did you? How many did you get, man? Did you buy one? Did you get two of each?
I got three. Three of each.
Oh, easy. Three of each.
This guy knows
One of them are on
possibly
eBay
get
right
three.
now. Look for his eBay.
This shit on
Now
Mercari,
plug
eBay,
that in.
No, I'm gonna hold them for a
Mercari
few
gonna
years.
get you.
I'm gonna hold them for a few years. I'm gonna be hostage for a few years.
Takes it. He'll sell the second one in 2 more weeks. Don't worry.
Yep. Cool. With that, we will roll right into the topic of the show. Everybody had their assignments this week. And this is gonna be interesting. I really like what I see here. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through our top 5 plus honorable mentions of video games that we consider our tops of all time. Not like this year, this generation, PS4 generation. I'm talking about our lifetime of video games, what our top 5s are. Right? I'm not talking about series in the top 5. I see some entries in here that were generalizations. Oh, we're just gonna throw the whole franchise in, and so I have some follow-up
Generalization.
questions for you guys, and so we will start with honorable mentions. We'll go straight to you, Cyberpunk. What are your honorable mentions?
So my first honorable mention is Xenogears. PlayStation 1 1998 release. Xenogears.
All right.
It's a JRPG. Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, the thing about Xenogears, I think that I've always been impressed with was it was a game that I personally took a chance on. Like, this is the first of its kind, right? This was the first in a series of many, I would say. Hell, you just mentioned sort of the lineage of the Xeno
Yep.
saga, if you will, right? This is the first of its kind, and I think that in the late 90s, JRPGs and things of that nature were really up and coming and really starting to make a name for themselves. I mean, this is following the release of things like Final Fantasy and we were in that multi-disc era, right? You would buy games, RPG games that were so large that you couldn't get it on one, you couldn't get it on two, hell, you couldn't even get them on three. Sometimes you get them on 4 discs, and Xenogears was one of those games. And so, yeah. And what's funny about that game is I actually imported that game. It wasn't even stateside yet. I imported it straight from Japan. I had to use the website gamewalkthroughs.com or whatever it was back in the day, just to be
Damn.
able to figure out how to understand what the menus were saying, right? Which one was to fire and ice and all this stuff. And after a while, you start to get used to it, right? You figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what was always compelling about that game was, I mean, it was pretty much a side scroll RPG, but the story, and I'm a sucker for mechs, right? I really love mechs and tech and stuff like that. And it was just such a surprise that when I thought the game was done, it wasn't even done. You worked your way as this little humanoid fighting and gaining abilities, and the next thing you know, towards the end game, you actually started to uh basically get into your Gundam, if you will. Like, you were fucking fighting in a robot against other robots. And I think what was the crazier thing was you could have a small little human fighting big ass fucking robots in this side scroll RPG. I've never seen anything like it. I just never seen anything like it. And I think it was such a sleeper game. Like, nobody knew about this game. And then finally it came stateside, and then I had to play it yet again just to really understand what the fuck I was even playing to begin with. And it was just another new experience, like for me, you know? And I gotta tell you, like, I feel like that game has, again, it has stood the test of time, because you just talked about a new release that is in that lineage of the RPG, and it just goes to show how well written, how well the story was built, how well sort of this new world of Xenogears was able to release alongside giants like Final Fantasy in its day, and
Mhm.
still have this much of an impact. I would say, again, that is why Xenogears gets my honorable mention.
Did you complete the game?
Oh yeah,
I'm
many a
looking
time.
online.
What,
I see
Japanese
that
and
Many
thing
a
English?
time.
says.
In Japanese
Give me a
and
time.
So
English.
I know you're a completionist. So like this thing says it takes 80.5 hours to obtain 100% completion.
You damn right.
Like damn.
You damn right.
Did you
And
you complete everything?
yes, I did. And that was the
Yeah.
thing about games that followed Final Fantasy. If you weren't even giving 60, 70, 80 hours worth of content, people wouldn't even bother. They'd be
That's
like,
true.
"What?
Yeah.
What?
That's true.
I just came from a game that was called Final Fantasy VII that gave me
5
Yeah,
discs.
it's
so
pretty
much
packed with
time.
hella shit.
I mean, there was so much shit to do in that game. It's absolutely ridiculous,
Yo,
right?
the graphic was
It
amazing.
it started to set a precedence for all RPGs thereafter. Like, look, if you ain't coming with the hours, I ain't even gonna play the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 20 hours?
That's-
Fuck you. 30 hours? Fuck you. Better be 60 or more, motherfucker, or I ain't even gonna touch. You better, motherfucker, you better be 3 discs or more, motherfucker. I ain't even
Yes.
gonna touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was on that
Load
level.
next.
No. They started adding the time of how much you were playing on the save file. Is how
Oh
serious
yeah,
it got.
that's
Oh, that's right.
true.
Because
That's
we
very
had the
true.
memory fucking
Thick?
The little
cartridges,
blocks.
right?
Yeah.
Yes. Man, the blocks.
Damn.
Oh,
The blocks.
God damn.
Bro,
So
the
wait, so the
block.
game that you mentioned, Jeremy, is in relation to the game that he's talking about, correct? Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
So then
So
I'm
basically, lineage of Xenogears is Xenogears, and then after Square sold off um, that developer, that team, they went to Bandai Namco, or Namco Bandai at the time, and then they made 3 games called Xenosaga 1, 2, 3, and now they made Xenoblade, and now they're with Nintendo, Monolith Soft, and they made Xenoblade 1, Xenoblade X, Xenoblade 2, and Xenoblade 3.
I gotta
it's
tell
only
you,
on
Johnny,
Nintendo.
if I'll tell you, if you never played any Xeno, it's a great game.
I've
Great
never played any of
story.
these.
I never played.
I
I
don't
like I
game
know
as
about
I
it,
don't
but I
Yeah,
game
haven't
as
played
much
it.
as you
I
guys. So
and this is why, again, this is why this game is in my
you can catch
honorable
that
mention,
on eBay. Catch that on eBay.
because I tell you, this game is a sleeper. It is a sleeper, man. Like, I tell you, people that don't know Xenoblade, boy, I tell you what, you get in it, you're gonna get sucked in, because it's a great story. It's just great gameplay. It's great RPG. It's
Mhm.
RPG at its
And all
finest. It
rights
really
only
is.
belong to Nintendo now, correct? So you only could play that on Nintendo. Well, the
Yeah,
newest one only
those
on Nintendo, right?
the newest series is on Nintendo only. So Xenoblade
And it's
on.
so the thing online says that Chrono Trigger is in
Yeah.
relation to that or not?
No,
Oh.
no, it is
No,
Because
not.
it's not.
Xenogears is the sequel to Chrono Trigger.
But I
Ah.
will say,
No?
No.
like, the following that Chrono Trigger has, right? Like, if you played Chrono Trigger
I
and then they
played that
came out with
one.
Chrono Cross, right? This sort of series of Chrono, very similar in that nature in what Xenogears was able to establish is this
Yeah.
franchise of a very well established, very well respected story of RPG. Is what I'm saying. Is that Chrono and Xenogear? I mean, they're up there with very well respected RPG franchise. Is what I'll say.
Yeah. And what is your other
Okay.
honorable mention?
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Boy, I had to pull one out of left field on this one. So, This is fucking old school. We're talking Atari 2600, right? Wood grain shit, really
Oh,
old
damn.
with flip switches. Okay, so
Like Miss Pac-Man.
back in the day, I used to own an Atari 2600, and the very first game that I played on the Atari was E.T. Extraterrestrial. You know that ugly motherfucker that's in the basket? Yeah,
Man, I gotta look this thing. ET on Atari.
I don't
Yeah,
think.
E.T.,
Yeah, I
bro.
never
Good
knew
look.
that. Hello.
You didn't
No.
know
Yeah,
about
me
that?
too.
They found them in like a landfill. There's a bunch of them that they put out there.
Oh, there is a great documentary about that game. There is a great
Damn,
documentary
man.
about that game. But yes, that was one of the very first games that I ever played in my childhood, and the game was just terrible. Just absolutely
1982.
terrible. It's in my other
I'm looking at the screenshots for it. Oh my
Look,
god, what the
just
fuck
look
is
at the
this?
I was gonna say I'm looking at the game cartridge. I'm just like, wow, this is
Look, guys, you got to watch the documentary because you know what?
I don't even know.
The,
I don't know
the
what to
thing
say. I'm
of-
speechless.
the thing about ET is a very, I mean, it's so synonymous in the movie world, right? Like
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg, right? Like everybody knows ET.
Yeah.
It was a blockbuster. It did a lot of things that other movies weren't doing at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about Atari was at its peak in the late 70s, early 80s, okay? And the thing is, you know, what better than to come out with a game that also represents a movie at its peak at the time, right? It just makes sense. If the movie's popping off, let's release a game that is of the movie, and we'll make a ton of money. Problem is,
Apparently,
the problem is they let the fucking programmer guy have like a week to make this game.
Wow.
That's it.
What
They
talk
had
about a
fucking-
hard
the guy
deadline.
had a
That's
week
a
to make the fucking
That's
game,
not
okay?
good.
Yo, I want to see how stressed he was, yo.
That's
like,
not good.
Yo, the motherfucker just got in the booth and was just like, "Oh fuck, let's see what I could do with these pixels."
yo,
And
the
you can look at-
Adderall was on point on that one, guys.
but you
Goddamn.
can look at the game and see that the game looks like it was made in a motherfucking week. Because look
No,
how
it really does.
shit it
Dude,
looks.
that screenshot and is so
Yeah,
bad.
like okay, let me explain to you how the game plays. Let me just explain to you, okay? You're playing as ET, okay? You drop in a fucking hole, okay? And if the shit ain't, whatever the shit ain't there, you drop in another hole. And then maybe there's an agent trying to catch you. And then you drop in another motherfucking hole. And then you just keep dropping in these holes. And it's the same fucking shit. It's a box. You drop in, you don't see shit, you drop in another motherfucking box. Over and over and over and over and over. That was the fucking game. That's the game the guy made in a fucking week. And guess what? They printed fucking bazillion copies of this fucking game thinking they were going to fly off the shelves. Guess what? They didn't sell shit.
And that was their downfall, or what?
Yeah. And they were
Oh.
so embarrassed. They were so embarrassed that they didn't sell these fucking bazillion copies. They were like, well, what the fuck are we going to do with all these bazillion copies? We're so embarrassed. You know what they did? They buried them in the Arizona desert. They took them to the fucking
Is that what it
landfill
is
and
I'm
they
seeing
fucking
right
Well,
now?
They
buried
buried them with the other E ETs.
Yeah, I'm.
Yes. Yeah.
hey,
That's what I'm
well, you
seeing
know
right now,
what?
like the
Apparently, if you have
landfill.
a
Story, guys.
sealed plastic one, it's $150.
That's
It's
it.
a true
Apparently, if
story.
you have it box sealed with a plastic case, you could get it for $150, man.
Oh,
Damn.
Even though it's the worst
$150.
game, apparently
I'm
the
gonna
worst
see.
video game in history.
But I
Oh,
gotta tell
man.
you, it brings back fond memories of my Atari, of the very classic systems. Basically, my first foray into video games, really, and that's why that game gets honorable mention because it is an absolute trash game. But it just, I cannot forget about it because it's so
Yeah.
bad.
I love
Hold
that.
on,
I
hold
love
on, hold
that.
on,
I love
hold
that
on.
twist, though.
Hold on. Did you complete it though? Did you?
I have fuck no.
Did you see the last
Are you
hole?
kidding me?
Did you end
Are
up
you
in the
kidding
last
me?
hole?
Oh
After I dropped in
man.
the 24th hole, I was like, Jesus, how many holes do I gotta go down?
Oh,
Come
oh,
on, man.
man.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh
I
man.
was back to asteroids,
I
bro.
wonder if there's
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anyone out there that has completed that game. That's what
Yeah,
I want to know.
anybody. Like I want to see the ending. Like, do they even have
He
a
makes it
boss
home.
fight?
He makes it home.
He
He
makes
gets
it
in the
home?
basket.
He
Right
makes
after
it
he gets to
home.
the last hole. He gets in the basket of the bicycle.
And meeting Drew Barrymore.
And he
damn.
phones home.
The, The,
Also.
the terrible thing about it is these motherfuckers got my money, right? They got my money back in 1980, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
All right,
That's
Johnny.
crazy.
Tell me what you spent your money on. Honorable mention.
Oh shoot. What I actually spent money on? Okay, hold on.
No, just give me your 2 honorable mentions.
Say honorable. Shit, they all honorable, man. Because I don't really game, so all these things is equally as important.
So I'm looking at your list right
I'll
now,
go-
and you're telling me that none of these are your
yeah,
number
no,
one.
nah, they all in its own
What?
category, man.
Do they?
This
Does
this
I
one
don't
of
know
them
about
end
that.
with a man and start with a bat?
actually no. That's not in there. Actually,
You-
that's not in there. That's actually not in there. I like your assumption though.
I'm just fishing. I'm fishing
No,
right now. I just came
it
from
would have been
fishing
it
in
would have been
Destiny, and now I'm fishing here in real life.
it would have been Arkham Knight. It would have been Arkham Knight in that list, but that apparently was trash. Or and when it becomes free, that's when I'll actually play it.
No, but for real,
But
honorable
Arkham Knight?
mention. Not
You
your, not your top
Gotham
5.
Knight.
Not your type. Not
sorry,
your top 5.
Gotham Knight,
Not your
Gotham
top
Knight.
5.
Yeah, give me
Not my top
what's not in
5.
your top
Just
5. You have 7 games
just
on
out of
here.
nostalgia. Just out of nostalgia, I'll go Cruising USA, the arcade.
Cruising
The
USA.
arcade.
I was saying it in my head as you were saying it, motherfucker. I
If it's
knew
not Batman, it has to do with cars.
So
I
tell me
fucking
about
knew it.
Cruising USA. When did you play this game?
Oh my goodness. Let's see. But I was probably like in 5th and 6th grade out there in Reno
Jesus Christ!
in
that
the
shows my age.
circus midway. In the-
Whoa.
I think that was before
Whoa.
Silver Legacy was even there.
Wow.
Oh man, that game was great because that was one of the games that if you win, you get free gameplay every time. So I made that money. I stretched that $20. Made that
For
mess
5
last
minutes.
for hours. Oh, easy there. Easy.
So
No,
so I don't remember Cruising too much. How many players was that at the arcade?
Right, 2, right?
man,
Was
I
it
guess
only 2?
2 max. 2 max.
I feel
Yeah.
like it's max.
too much. But you play against the computer though. The
But
thing with
that's
that
the one where if you pump the gas, it's freaking like nitros, right? Or hit the NOS or
No,
something.
that I don't know if the
Yeah.
Like if you stomp
original
on the
one
gas, like you let it off
that
real quick and then stomp it,
Little
your
boost.
car like wheelies
it'll
up.
do like a turbo boost,
Yeah.
something like that.
Is that it, or am I thinking Rush? San Francisco Rush.
I don't think I heard of San Francisco Rush.
No?
I
'Cause that
heard
was-
of that game, but it was
I
more
can't
the
remember the boost.
Cruising
I can't
USA
remember
one.
the boost.
It's like San
See,
Francisco
like I
Rush
said, I need
2049 or
to make
something.
that $20
crazy.
last. So I only
Okay.
played the games that if I win, I can get free play. But apparently, fun fact, the trophy girl at the end of the race in that game is actually an adult film star
Oh, for real?
named Shyla Fox.
Oh,
I'm
let
about
me.
to
Yeah.
check it out. I'm about to
No,
check
no,
it
let
out
me
now.
search it up real quick.
Thank you.
You're gonna check out all the polygons
I
in
want to see
here.
the before and
out
after
right
right
now.
now.
See all the pixels. See all the pixels real quick.
All 2 pixels.
And while they're looking at that, what's your second honorable mention?
My second honorable mention would be
Yes, sir.
Metal Gear, the original, the OG Metal Gear. Speaking of how
OG
many hours
OG
you
Metal
play,
Gear. Okay, let me get clarification. Metal Gear Nintendo or Metal Gear Solid?
PlayStation. Oh, sorry, whatever was on PlayStation, the Metal Gear.
Metal
on
Gear
PlayStation.
Solid. Okay.
Solid.
Metal Gear
Now,
Solid.
now, 1, 2, or 3.
On Nintendo.
No.
The OG, whatever first came out.
Metal Gear Solid
This is
1, 2,
well,
or
obviously.
Snake Eater.
Ooh.
Let's see, what was the first one that came out? It was on PS. It was
PS1.
on PlayStation 1.
There's I
98,
think it was
is
called
it?
Sons of Liberty or something like that.
Metal Gear Solid.
I'm trying to do a video game podcast.
I
Can't even
just says
remember the damn
Metal
title.
Gear. I ain't got a good memory, man. I put in my notes Metal Gear PlayStation.
Oh, okay. The second one
That's
was
what it
Sons of
says
Liberty.
right here,
That's the
man.
one. That's the one I liked.
And see, so you messing me up, man. I was right when I straight up said Metal Gear. Let's see. Well, you said in the 1, 2, 3 of obviously it's number one, man. I mean, that's the first one that came out, right? There ain't nothing before
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Not on PlayStation. It was
No, not on
called
PlayStation.
something espionage, some crap like that, right? We're
Wouldn't the
about to find it
Nintendo
right
one
here.
be after this one?
Tactical espionage action, Metal Gear Solid.
But back to when you guys were talking about how many hours it says you played. I didn't have
Yeah.
no memory card, so I had to leave the PlayStation on.
Oh
So I
damn!
just
Oh
left the
hell
PlayStation.
no!
Oh, I left the.
Oh, but you
Hell
I
liked
no!
completed the
it.
game. But hey, man, that's how I completed
You
this
better
damn
turn
game
that
with no memory
PlayStation
card.
upside down on its side.
Woke up the
Remember
next
that?
morning, I gotta get to the next level. Oh, down to
Damn.
its side.
You remember when the PlayStation started crapping out? You gotta turn it upside down.
Oh yeah, I have my shit upside down all the time.
Sorry, overheating.
My bad. I'm still looking at Cyberpunk.
Oh, but it wasn't my
Hold on, let me
PlayStation, so
close
you
this
know.
tab right quick. Hold on.
Cool.
That's why when you said something I bought, man, I didn't buy either of these things.
Hey,
man.
man.
This one was at the arcade. This one
Hey, you
was.
spent money. You
I
said
don't know
20
whose
bucks.
copy of I don't know whose copy of Metal Gear this was. This PlayStation certainly wasn't mine. I think I borrowed it from one of my friends.
There you
But
go.
I completed that mess. I don't know how long it took me, but it took me some time. That was back when I didn't have shit to do.
That's when your PlayStation died for staying on so long.
Oh, like I said, it wasn't
On.
my PlayStation.
Oh,
Damn. That's why you didn't have no memory card.
how much was PlayStation when it came out? You remember?
I want to say it was like 200, maybe 150.
Damn.
150 or
That's
$200. I
pricey
know I
back
rented that
then.
motherfucker for $25 at Blockbuster.
$300. $300.
$300?
$300.
Damn.
You know,
that's a lot.
That's not bad though for how long it's been going out. Okay, because every PlayStation that's come out is roughly every game console that comes out is
Remember
roughly
when
around the same price.
remember
Though.
when the games came
Games
out?
are still 50, 60
the fucking
bucks.
cases were like this fucking big ass fucking jewel cases
VHS
and
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Fucking Resident Evil came in a case like this fucking big, this like this big, case like this big. Fuck.
Collector's edition.
Oh yeah.
So what you got for
Did they
honorable
even have that
mentions,
back
Nini?
then?
What do you got?
Well, the first one was the Halo series. Oh, the campaign in PvP.
The whole
I
thing?
spent
The whole
the
whole series?
thing, the whole series, even
So-
ODST,
So you had it on Xbox?
Xbox
The-
360. Yes,
Oh, 360.
yes.
Okay.
Well, actually, no. I had it on the original, the first big old Xbox, regular. We call that just a regular Xbox, right? The very
Yeah.
first one.
Just the giant X.
You need to get the soundboard, Jeremy,
What's up?
because
Okay. Is it
you need to,
fuzzy?
pl-
I
you need
was
to
gonna
play
say
some.
it's
You
kind
need
of
to play
fuzzy,
some
right?
Beyonce right now. Halo.
I was trying to figure out what this was going through. I was like, Beyonce.
You know, my wife was telling me you need to play some music in the background in this podcast.
Oh, you can just add it
I was
on
thinking
at
about
the
that
end.
I will,
soundboard thing,
you
too,
know.
some sound
Man.
effects.
You know, I was asking Cyberpunk for the that track,
Oh,
see if we could use it
my track,
for
'cause I
one,
paid for
one of
that
these
shit.
days. But
Paid for that shit.
so Halo, what about Halo? Why is it your honorable mention?
Well, I had no choice. You know
Forced.
what?
Gun to my head.
Because like honestly, all Halo, I just couldn't pick one, so I get it. But
So
I
he was
think-
singling you out when he mentioned about mentioning all games in a whole.
I was getting called out.
So I like Street Fighter, all of them.
Oh shit. There's like 50 fucking versions and shit.
I see you, chat. Don't worry, I
Uh,
see you guys. I see you guys in the chat.
What was I going with this?
Thank
What
you, thank you.
was the question again? Halo? Why?
Yeah,
is it my
why is it
honorable
your honorable mention? Why is it
Um,
hours played? You
hours
mentioned the campaign.
played, PvP, like I think it's definitely the first game I ever played online with that much hours competitively. and that's the first time I actually did like a LAN with friends. Halo, like Halo 2 or Halo 3. That's the
And
first
people
time.
people bringing their Xboxes
Hell
to
yeah,
people's
and even
houses.
including their TV sometimes.
That was back in the day, though.
Mm-hmm.
You be
Yeah,
doing those LAN parties
LAN
and shit.
parties.
Yes, I did
'Cause
that. Like,
you could do what 16 players, right?
yes, no, yes.
Or was it 4-on-4? I forget.
Who
It might have
Um,
been
got
16.
no, it's
16
six
fools
versus
in the
six,
house?
six versus
So,
six. 12.
12.
Yeah,
okay, you
Okay.
might have 12 fools in the house.
Some
yeah.
blood gulch.
And then there's those things too, like like customized games, and it gets serious. Like you literally like, those typical you block off, so there's like no screen. Screen
No
look
screen
away.
checking. No screen
Yeah,
checkers.
dude, I did that shit too when Halo 1 though. Because Halo 1 didn't have PvP. Like, oh, they did, but they
The
didn't have
original
online
stream
yet.
snipers.
Yeah. And I don't know, just the campaign and everything about it. It's addicting. I don't know. It's one of my favorite FPS game ever. And the fact that you could teabag in that game, FYI, guys. I got the name. My PSN name till this day is Miss Teabag. And the reason why, because of Halo, I teabag. I was
Or
toxic in
that's
Halo.
our origin story. Origin story right here unfolding right before your eyes.
Damn.
And then what was the other one I have?
That's
My
where
second
Teabag
honorable.
started, wasn't it? Halo?
Yes, Halo.
It was,
And
right?
I
that's when
got
I
it.
was
You want me to
toxic.
remind you? Do
You
you want
want
me to
me-
remind you of your honorable mention?
My
Oh, the second
honorable
one?
mention.
Yeah, please. What was? I don't remember. What was
It
mine?
either started with a D or a W.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm gonna just go with WoW. That's my
World of
second
Warcraft.
honorable one. Yes.
That's honorable mention.
That's my very first MMO, and I think that's the only MMO I really liked and stayed and paid to play that shit.
Paid.
So I had to
Nagging.
really play it. But either way, it was addicting as hell. And everybody knows about WoW already, why you love it. And I'm pretty sure I don't know, Johnny, did you play WoW?
I tried for a little bit. I like the graphics, but I don't know.
You like the
I'm not a
graphics.
PC
I don't think
person.
that's
I'm a
like the
console
first thing that comes to mind when people think of World of
It
Warcraft is
looked
the
pretty.
graphics.
That mess looked pretty.
Hey, this is the guy. This is the guy that didn't have a memory card. Okay.
You're right,
Alright,
you're
Come on
right,
now.
Jeff. You're right.
Come on
You're
now.
right.
See, thank you, Jeff. Thank you. All right. When I
Oh,
turned it on, I was
back
like,
to the
"Damn, this
memory
look
card.
nice. This shit look nice."
No, I guess if you didn't play that much game, I could see why you thinking it's nice. Because
Nah,
I'm pretty sure when it comes to
is
Raid 2, like all the colorful like fights,
yeah, man.
I could see
Yeah,
it. I
I'm,
could
I'm the
see it.
odd one out. I probably gamed the least out of all three of you, man. Just so that's why
Oh yeah,
WoW just
wow.
looking, wow, it's so pretty.
No, for the longest, like I never get what people were saying. Wow, like I heard the conversation. I was like, why the fuck they saying wow? And I was like, and now I play it. I was like, oh, okay, it makes sense. Why they say instead of World of Warcraft, they're like, wow.
It took too much
Nice.
time to say World of Warcraft. That's why
Yeah,
you got to cut the
Mm.
timing down during conversation.
and I was the only one kept saying World of Warcraft, but everybody's like, no, wow. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, OMG, WTF. You know,
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
all those
sorry,
acronyms came
I,
out.
I meant LOL. I didn't mean
LFG,
to actually laugh. I meant to just say LOL.
WTS,
Mhm.
Wait, what's the S?
willing
I
to
don't know
sell.
that.
Willing to sell.
Oh, okay. I only know BTS.
Oh hell no! And with that, we go to the next one. So my honorable mentions, Breath of Fire 2.
Ooh,
That
I
was
never
a
played
Breath
that.
of
Yeah.
Breath of
Fire.
Fire 2.
Oh.
That was on the Super
BOF2.
Nintendo. That was
Oh, that one.
one of
Okay.
my first RPGs to play. It's a Capcom game, so you might see a trend here in a little bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a JRPG. The main character's name was Ryu. I was like, I am in. I like Street Fighter. Let me play this game. What's a RPG? And boom, I liked it. The counterpart or like the love interest, whatever, had like wings, and then the art style was freaking awesome. And like
See, it
halfway
looked
through the
pretty.
game, the main character turns into a dragon and then like dies, and then it's like one of the first games I played where the main character, like, you don't play as the main character for more than, a good chunk of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, that's dope. And my second honorable mention is Street Fighter Alpha. Alpha specifically. So that one, like, that's when they switched up the art style, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
I'm
I
about to
think
look it up right now.
so. Correct me if I'm wrong. Third Strike came after Alpha, or was that before?
Yeah, after. It's after.
After. Okay.
It's after.
All right. So Street Fighter Alpha introduced like that anime style for the characters after, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Ultimate, whatever we want to call it, Ultra. And they added that art style that was so anime. And then they threw in that Bison fight and cutscenes and 2v1 on Bison on the PlayStation. I remember Cyberpunk and I would throw the Game Shark on there, and we would do like 1,000 hit combos on Bison with like unlimited supers. It was just ridiculous.
I tell you what, that game was on my list. Nuts. That game was on my list. Alpha.
Yeah.
It was. It was a good fucking game.
Yeah, I definitely haven't played that game at all. That's actually my first time seeing it. Yeah, that's
awesome.
That's why I'm waiting for them to do an arcade one-up that has Alpha. They have not released one yet. I'm waiting for them to do that shit.
So for the Breath of Fire 2, was that from Sega or?
That was from Capcom, and I believe
I
believe that was Square and Capcom together.
Yeah.
So you're talking about double threat, you know what I mean?
Oh, whammy.
I could verify real quick, but I'm pretty sure that
Super
Breath of
Nintendo?
Fire.
Super Nintendo.
That was Super Nintendo.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah,
Oh,
Super
okay.
Nintendo.
Damn,
Capcom.
man.
I don't see Square on here. I see
No Square. Maybe the first
I
one
see
was
Ubisoft.
Ubisoft. There we go.
Oh, my bad. Ubi.
Oh, yeah, Europe.
my...
Capcom. Yeah. So. Yeah, it might have been the first one, but it definitely had that JRPG feel to it. So that's why it's my honorable mention.
That's a classic.
All right. Now let's get into the actual rankings.
Ooh.
Number 5, Cyberpunk. What is your number 5?
My number 5, and it just so happens to be in a particular chronological orders here. So let me just make sure I got this right. Should I do more recent or should I do older? Mine is
however you have them ranked. Whatever you want to, however you want to.
They're all number 1 to me.
We might as well. Let's start old, and then we'll work our way new.
Too much pressure, man. They're all your favorite.
I played so many games in my lifetime. It's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so my number 5 is Super Mario Brothers. Straight up, the OG Super Mario Brothers. Number 1, not number 2, not number 3, not none of this fucking N64 shit. And don't get me wrong, because Super Mario N64, like that even that game was hard for me. Like I love that game so much. Like that was the pinnacle of the N64 era. But Super Mario Brothers still to this day holds a very deep place in my heart, because not only is it one of the first games that I owned in my home system, because one of the first home systems I ever owned was the NES. Okay. And the first game that gets bundled with the NES is Super Mario Brothers. So obviously you're playing Super Mario Brothers. But the thing also about Super Mario Brothers is that in the late 80s, even before I owned the NES, okay, even before I owned a home system, I would go to the local arcade. And guess what? At the local arcade, I don't even know if you guys know this, but Super Mario Brothers was released on an arcade cabinet. You could put a quarter in a cabinet and play Super Mario Brothers. I don't know if you know that. I don't even know
where this place at.
And I played Super Mario Brothers on the arcade before I even played it at home on an NES.
That's crazy.
So let me ask you a question on
arcade by that.
What was the control? Like how did they? Was it a controller or?
Yeah, it was a joystick. It was a joystick.
Oh, joystick.
Yeah, you had a joystick and then the 2 buttons, right? Or was it 1 button? Maybe it was 1 button just to jump. I think that's what it was. Yeah, it was 1 button to jump. and you just had a joystick controller to move up, left, right, down. And I mean, I'm telling you, it's your classic Super Mario. You start off, you hit the 2 bricks at the beginning, you jump on the flag at the end, and you're doing this all in an arcade cabinet, believe it or not.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I would want
it's
that. I
crazy.
would want that in my house right now.
No,
That'd be
seriously.
dope.
And the
Is there an
craziest
arcade
thing
one
is
up of that?
they don't have Super Mario Arcade.
It's
right now.
Nintendo, bro.
Yeah,
They're
you have
gonna-
to buy
they
that
hold it.
shit, bro.
They're gonna hold that tight.
Nintendo got that on lock.
Yeah, they got it unlocked. But I mean, that easily is in my top 5, just because, you know, again, that was really my first experience in sort of that video game world, really, to be quite honest. I mean, everybody knows Super Mario.
Oh yeah,
Who
Oh
doesn't?
yeah. Oh
Who
yeah.
doesn't?
yeah.
You know?
Hey, you can buy the actual arcade on eBay for $3,700, man.
Oh, that's a drop in the hat. We can get it tomorrow, Johnny.
You know, let's go pick it up.
What's your number 5,
Charge
Johnny?
it to the game. Number 5 is StarCraft. It's the first game I ever
StarCraft.
played online. Yes.
But
I
now
like them
all you do is
strategy
use cheat
games.
codes.
Hey man, that when I first came out, I didn't know the cheat codes, so I actually had to play that mess. That was hard as hell when I was at that age. And I was like, damn man, I'm getting slaughtered out here, looking at a map that's just all black.
Yeah.
one
You can keep
lonely
searching.
PVC wandering around the map. He died once one Zerg gets him. Like, damn, now I got to get another one out. Then I barely got anything built or mined. I don't even got no soldiers, nothing. All I
The
got
game
is
has
some little.
withstood the test of time.
Oh man, it's still fun. I got
That's what I
that.
mean.
Got
You
that
play
one recently, and they
the
animated it.
remastered edition? Are you playing that
Yeah,
one?
I got the remastered one. They cartoonified it. It's pretty cool. I like the cartoon version of it. I was trying to look
Yeah.
for some swag of that. I was like, damn, I'm surprised they don't got that much swag of the cartoon remastered stuff of that. Unfortunately,
Sounds like a business
Not yet.
opportunity. You make some shirts,
they
bro.
man, that's
$50
called
a
copyright,
t-shirt.
man.
So did you
I
play
feel you
that
want to swap me.
on your own computer or somebody else's computer?
No, I played that. How dare you? Yes, I played it on somebody else's computer. Dude,
Then
if I
you were
couldn't
just-
get a memory card, what do you think I get a computer?
Hey
Hey,
man,
so you were just hogging your homeboy's computer
Hey,
the whole time?
man, no,
Hey, man.
this one was my cousin's one. This one my cousin's computer.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
one of these days
Playing
we'll
that
bring
on-
you a memory card.
And a
Just bring him a
Actually,
hard
PS1.
drive.
You remember those days? Hey, don't forget your memory card.
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh,
God.
damn. I know I brought it with me because, you know, in PlayStation 2, it has a case on it and you can put your memory on there.
Yeah. Oh, I remember
Yeah.
the cases.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
I look at everyone else's case. This guy ain't got one.
All right, what you got, Nini?
yeah.
What's your number 5?
That's funny because Jeff brought it up. It wasn't my list. It's Super Mario, but it's the third one.
Super
Mario's
Mario
your third
3.
one? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah. The
Okay.
reason
That's
why.
a good one too. That's a good one too.
You know, it's funny. I played that before even the second one. I never played the second one till I got to the state. I played Super Mario 3 when it was in the Philippines.
Oh, you would never like playing Super Mario 2.
No,
if you
I know.
played
I
Super
didn't
Mario
like it when
3.
I played it. Yeah,
Nobody
exactly.
liked Super Mario 2.
Yeah.
Nobody. No.
I didn't, the only reason why I like it is because you could play as
No, no.
Toad.
Toad's the best
Yeah, that's the only reason I like 2 because you could play him. You can
because he's
pick
so
him.
fast.
But yeah, but 3, the reason obviously is the first game I really played in the system, and it was the game like I figured before the internet. I figured out the secrets too by
Oh, the whistle.
accident. You know?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Cheat
yeah.
codes.
Yeah, before that, and then ever since then, it was like
Fly
a
up to the
flex.
top,
It was a flex for me when I
fly
came to
to
the
the
States. But yeah, it was a flex for me when I came to the States. I was like, hey, you play this, you go to this area, then yeah, and yeah, I don't know if you can tell. The tattoo says it all.
Super
There you
Mario
go.
for life,
Yes,
baby.
There
a
you go.
soft spot for me in the Philippines. It's actually Jeremy Tita Evelyn's husband at that time. It was his Super Nintendo that I was playing on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
Very
it was,
nice.
Man,
But
Super
I
Mario
understand.
Bros.
Using
3,
other people's
that's a great
consoles.
game. That's a
Mhm.
great.
yeah, I love that game.
That's a great game.
So my number 5 is World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
So yeah, first MMO. Okay, what 2004 came out. I was like, why is everybody playing this game? Let me check it out. Oh, I can make a rogue. All right, let me make this guy with my 8 frames per second freaking HP all in one. They're
Fucking
like
sap. Ugh.
just moving so slow on this computer, but I was in it. I was like, I need to play this game. Because of that game, I built a freaking PC. It was because of this freaking game.
That's very cool.
And it's crazy because that was the first experience with like playing with a bunch of friends and guilds, right? You gotta
Yeah.
have these guilds, and I played Warcraft 3 already, and I knew all of that, that lore. So
The lore, yeah.
that was time spent is in years, like actual gameplay time is in years
Yeah.
for me
Yeah.
when it comes to World of Warcraft.
Definitely.
And yeah, I think I was like the third one on the server to get Thunder Fury. So yeah,
Blessed
one-
you were
Blade.
grinding. Holy
Bro.
shit.
yeah, I was on. So you remember Pals for Life?
Mm-hmm.
Pals for Life, Leroy Jenkins.
Mm-hmm.
So this was
You were the-
before all the character transfer crap.
Damn,
So
Leroy
Leroy
Jenkins.
and his crew were on Laughing Skull, and we were on Laughing Skull too. So we were raiding.
Wait.
Like,
Hold on,
raiding.
Jeremy. Hold on. I got to check you out right quick though. Okay, this is a true WoW check right quick. If you truly had this blade, my friend, what is the full name of the blade? Tell
Oh
me.
my God!
Oh.
Or else you never had the blade, my friend.
Uh-oh.
God damn, man! That's
He's like, I got a
Because motherfuckers
screenshot
that
of
had
this shit.
blades-
it's okay. Thunder
No
Fury,
shit.
Blessed Blade of the Windseeker. I think it's
God damn it, you had the blade, my friend. You had
bro.
yes
For the Horde,
yes,
bro.
You had the blade.
I was gonna say that was my next question. Horde or Alliance?
Woo-wee.
Hey.
God damn.
Man.
What was your
Yeah.
class? Rogue what? Human?
So I ended up at first I did Rogue, and then my my friends all said we need a tank. And then this started my
is that
whole
why you're a tank with us
That's
now?
why I'm a tank every time I play a game now, is I'm
Okay.
gonna be a tank.
Hallway. Motherfucking
Well, at the
hallway.
time it was a Night Elf Warrior Havoc with a K, because there was a Havoc with a C on the server. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Havoc with a K then.
You gotta get Mortal Kombat with it.
Yep. But yeah, I was Alliance at first, but that everybody else is my friend circle at work. They were all Alliance, so I
Horde.
got stuck
Oh,
there.
Alliance.
But Horde was the best at the time because they had what's it called? The drums, the shaman thing.
Oh yeah, the war drums. Right?
Yeah, the war.
No.
Is that what it is?
Not Wind Fury. Bloodlust.
Oh, blood.
Oh yeah.
Bloodlust. Right. So
That's right.
anyway, on to
You
the
know
next
about
one.
the elemental bars, bro. Gotta get
Ah.
the math.
Number 4, Mr. Cyberpunk.
Oh shit, number 4. Okay, I'm gonna look at my list right quick.
Oh man.
Number 4. Okay, yeah. So mine's in chronological order, so I'm going old to new. So number 4, 1997, you young bucks, on the PS1, Final Fantasy 7.
Yes.
Yes,
Final
sir.
Fantasy 7, one of the greatest RPGs ever created. And to be quite honest, I mean, there wasn't anything like it of its time. It was ahead of its time in storytelling, in number of discs, in number
Graphics.
of
The disc.
I mean, graphics. The graphics
A
was popping
number of
off.
discs.
And you go back and you look at it, and you're like, God damn, I thought that shit was dope. But guess what? Yeah, that shit was dope. That shit was dope.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how many people in that day and age did not play that game. Boy, everybody was playing.
Yeah,
that
everybody knew
Yeah.
about that.
Everybody
game.
don't
knew
know,
about that
man.
game. Now you
I'm
might
the
not
odd
know
one
the
out
game,
there.
Johnny, but that's okay. That's okay. That might not have been your thing, but for those
But you
people
knew
that were
about it.
in it,
Because
I
he
mean,
didn't
I
have
knew
the
about
memory
it.
card. He
Yeah,
couldn't he couldn't change disc. No memory
you
card,
need
bro.
two
Look,
blocks.
I was
dog.
trying to
You need 2 blocks for that.
save money for
boy.
a memory card. I couldn't save money for that game. I was just... I get that game, but how many memory cards this need? Look how many discs up in this mess.
I remember I had to go and like do multiple saves just so I can have everybody's icon on the memory card.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
You
the,
still
the,
you over here talking about different memory cards.
the thing about the Final Fantasy series is that the Final Fantasy series, even before 7's release, was a very established RPG in the community. People knew Final Fantasy, believe it or not. Those that played RPGs knew Final Fantasy. I have played earlier Final Fantasies. I have. I played those earlier ones. The ones that came stateside, which I think were, because we didn't get the earlier ones, we got the later ones that were badged as number 1, 2, and 3, but those were actually 4, 5, and 6 or whatever it was back in the day, right? But wait, did I freeze?
Yeah, you
Am I
froze.
frozen
Yeah,
right
you
now? Oh,
froze.
no, I'm still going. Okay.
Your
Do you guys
video
still see me?
froze.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello. Am I frozen?
Can you hear us?
I think I'm frozen.
You're frozen. I don't think.
I don't think
I
you can
think
hear
I'm
us.
frozen.
Okay. All right.
I was wondering who's gonna mention Final Fantasy VII. I was
Ah.
like, who's gonna do it? I was like,
Apparently,
it's either
there's
Jeremy
a
or
remake.
Jeff.
Of course.
So
Well,
there's
while
a Final
he
Fantasy
comes back,
VII Rebirth remake.
The movie.
remake. There's a remake, and then
There's
is
a remake that just came out
Rebirth.
recently,
Rebirth
right?
is coming out the beginning of next year, which is
Oh,
part 2.
okay.
So while he
Yeah.
gets reestablished there, what is your number 4, Johnny?
My number 4. Let's see. I gotta look at my list because it's just all over the place. Halo on Xbox Series X.
Mm.
Halo. So Halo Infinite.
All like, yeah, that's yes.
The
Halo
most recent
Infinite.
one, right?
Yeah, that's the most
The
recent
most
one.
recent one. I never played any other Halo. I tried playing the other Halo games, but because I messed up and I looked at the graphics on the newer one first,
Yeah.
I was like, I can't look at this
No,
other shit.
those get, yeah.
So
It
why
didn't
that
look
one?
as pretty. Oh, well, what caught me was that I guess because it's an Xbox Series X thing, or maybe it's just an Xbox thing, is you can leave the game and was it put on sleep mode? I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
the term.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
it
That quick resume.
yeah, the quick resume. Oh my goodness, that's what got me. I was like, oh, this is like, well, to me, it reminded me of another game that I like, but I could quick resume right away. Like I could play for 5 minutes and then walk away and come back
Just come back.
like 2 days later and be at the same spot. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
I love these kind of games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I wish every game was like that. Because sometimes I can play 15 minutes, man. Like, look, I got to dip out. I'm going to take a nap. I'm getting sleepy. You know, I don't know.
Did you play alone or did you play with
Hell, before
somebody?
this, I was.
Yeah,
Before
were we
this, I
playing
was taking a
campaign
nap.
or multiplayer?
Oh, I was just playing a campaign. I
It's
didn't even try the
campaign.
multiplayer.
Did
Yeah,
you,
I don't know.
did you play with
Can
anybody
you do
else
quick
though when you're
resume
doing
on
campaign?
multiplayer?
No, I don't know.
No, I was going solo the whole way.
Mm.
You know, like I do in the other game. You guys see me solo, just over there trying to do things on my own.
Oh
I
yeah, we
die a hell of
noticed on
times, but
this
hey,
too.
you know,
Yeah,
yeah. I didn't want to say the name of the game because that's
man.
I didn't want to, spoiler.
Spoilers. No, we good. We good. You know, Destiny's gonna creep up somewhere in here.
Okay.
What is
I
your
don't
number
know.
4?
Wait.
Oh wait,
My
did we?
number-
Yeah. You're number 4, Nini.
Yeah, my number 4. I would say Dark Cloud 2. I
Dark
don't know if you
Cloud
guys heard
2.
of. Yeah.
Yes,
You
I
know what's
have.
weird? I never even played the first one. I literally just went to the second one.
So were they both PlayStation 1 or
Yeah,
they
they were, no, PlayStation 2 and then PlayStation 1 for the first
the
one.
first one? Okay.
Yeah. But
So
PlayStation. Go ahead.
what was it about Dark Cloud 2?
I would say because so I played my very first role playing games was Chrono Triggers, but I never finished it till this day. I haven't finished it.
What?
Yeah, I went halfway, and then
No
after that, I
way.
just ended up playing other games. But with that, like it was the same maker for Chrono Triggers, so I was like, oh, let me play Dark Cloud 2, because that's why they
Oh,
advertise
really?
it. Yeah, so they advertise. I could have sworn it was, But
I didn't know that.
I played that game, and I would say that was probably my first um RPG game I played and finished. But I replayed it like 4 or 5 times.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's
Man,
because like it was just a unique game that like you can use pretty much any weapons and keep upgrading your weapons. Like not just one character, every character you play, and whatever you do, so you go to past and present. So whatever you did in the past, you go inside this portal and you see what you've done in the future, like how much you've changed, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
So
Like if
kind
you
of like
like,
Chrono
so,
Trigger.
yeah, like and you build. Yeah, it's like it Sims as well because you need materials to build the building, and they'll tell you what kind of stuff you need to make a change in the future, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like in the one example is that you need to build a tree between the river, and in the future when you do it, and if you complete the task when you go in the future, it actually show a nice ass river. I don't know, it's just very unique ass game. I don't think not that much people heard of that game at that too.
All right,
But
I'm reading online. So that game
let's
is
see.
supposedly hella difficult.
it,
Give me one
it
second,
was
guys. It looks like everybody's videos are freezing up right now. Let me go and restart Discord. We will be right back.
Fuzzy to me earlier, but
Fuzzy?
now it's all good. Now everyone sound clear. Yeah, it was
You
fuzzy.
because you after you restarted your Discord.
no early
No,
the whole time he said.
the whole time, like it started getting fuzzy, like partially into the thing, but I was like, ah, never mind. That's why I said fuzzy earlier, but I don't think anyone caught on. Or you guys thought I was drunk already.
Already, I always think you're drunk.
That's true. I'm a functioning alcoholic.
Okay, so we were talking
I
about
stay on one.
Dark Cloud Nini number 4, right?
Two.
No,
There's only two.
No. Your number 4 was Dark Cloud.
Your
Yes.
number
Oh yeah,
4
yeah,
is
yeah,
Dark
yeah.
Cloud 2.
Dark Cloud
Yeah, yes,
2.
yes,
Fucking
yes.
Okay.
love Dark Cloud.
I was
So
telling
you played it.
Jeremy, you were.
I played Dark Cloud. Yeah.
I,
Oh yeah.
I was telling Jeremy, I
Oh,
never
yeah.
played the first one. I went to the second
I
one.
played the first one.
Yeah, I never
did.
played.
Yeah, that's one of those games you get sucked in and start doing shit, man. Like for real.
Yeah, I was
Did you
telling
guys
them,
complete
like
it? Did you guys
I
complete that
complete,
game?
I beat part 1, but I didn't beat part 2.
I beat part two so many times that I just like replaying it and
Damn.
rebuilding the future. That's what I like doing.
Yeah, he's building.
I'm just looking at like how long it takes to complete the game. It says 142 hours to see and do everything. Like, damn.
Cause you go fishing, you play golf in there. There's so many other stuff you can do in there.
What console was this?
PlayStation
PlayStation
2,
2.
Wow.
PS2.
Is this free? Is this free on PlayStation?
Man.
It's free on PlayStation Plus.
It
right now.
was.
On Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, it's free
Yeah,
on
it's
Plus.
plus or
What was
whatever it is.
the
Add to library.
It's a great game. I like it.
Cool.
What about where's- it's Jeremy? Yeah, you're Jonathan.
So number 4 for me is Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel.
Yes, we were
dude,
just talking about this too.
The arcade
The
or
best-
the console?
Man.
No, we'll get to that. So Marvel
well,
vs.
I mean,
Capcom 2. Oh yeah. So Marvel vs. Capcom 2 came out to arcade, right? And like no
Yes.
kidding, maybe not even a month later after it, like I saw it at GameWorks, right? We were playing at GameWorks.
Yeah, GameWorks. It was at GameWorks.
So we were playing at GameWorks, and I was at my ex-girlfriend's house, and her brother had a Dreamcast, and that fool was playing Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on it.
Ooh.
And I was like, "How you playing that game on your Dreamcast?" He's like,
Japanese.
you don't got this bro." And basically he had the load disc to play any game. You know, you throw the disc in, and then you can go and play any copied games. It was the boot disc or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
So he had a copy a ripped copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on the Dreamcast already. And I was like, I need it. So it was perfect. I think that was like the perfect fighting game at the time. Like just the buttons, because they reduced it, right? Because of what came before, whether X-Men versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Superheroes, X-Men versus
There
or
was a ton.
yeah, there was a
Yeah.
ton,
was a
and
ton.
then Marvel
Fighting,
vs.
There was a
yeah,
ton.
fighting
Capcom,
game was like the thing over there.
right? But they were all what
Marvel
the
vs.
6
Capcom had,
buttons,
like-
right?
Yeah.
So then when they did
It was
Marvel
like
vs. Capcom
54
2,
fucking characters to choose
oh
from.
no. So when they
Like,
did
no
2,
Yeah,
shit.
no, that's too many.
they took away the 2 buttons as a attack button, and then they made those the assists, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So then the combos got a little bit more simpler, and it was like perfect for the Dreamcast controller. That controller had like the punchiness of the buttons was perfect for that game.
Mhm.
And yeah,
You know what
that's-
I
that's
think
my
of when
number
I hear
4.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Oh.
I'm gonna take you for a ride.
Hey, Jeremy,
No,
if you want
but
to
I
play that
think
game, I
Marvel.
still got a Dreamcast, and I got the boot disc.
Bro, what are you talking about? I got it right here on the Steam Deck, bro. I can play Marvel vs.
I don't
Capcom
need.
2
I
right
got
now.
the OG Dreamcast. I got the OG. At that one, I got the memory
your
card for the
Dreamcast
Dreamcast.
don't got a memory card, bro.
Oh no, I told you. Did you hear? I got a memory card for the
Oh, you do?
Dreamcast. This is later out in
Yeah,
You
life.
know
can't.
what?
Can you put that in your Tesla?
Of course I can, man. I could put a portable
Ooh.
TV in the back. Get a converter. Bam.
There
Or I
you
go
go.
log on to a
Or you
website
can just
and
put it
play it
on your
remotely.
Steam Deck and you're good to go, bro.
What? True. That too. I need to buy me one still. I haven't bought one.
Man, it was on sale. It was like 20% off.
I don't know, but that Asus
Yeah,
ROG,
like 2
right?
weeks ago. No. The Steam Deck is
No, but
from what I'm reading,
the
the Steam Deck
competitor.
is still the one to go.
Oh,
with.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
The
Because the specs on
Oh, what's the other
the
one?
Asus
The ROG?
ROG is supposed to be higher, isn't
The
it?
ROG one?
but they had to tune it down because they tuned it down for some reason, and now like people lost 30% of the
What?
performance.
Why would they?
Oh.
That's stupid, man.
Did you see that ROG phone they came out with or something?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
My nephew sent me a video of it
What?
where it comes in this package. You open the package, you get the phone, you get the case, you get all the
Wow.
accessories that come with the whole. It's the whole shebang.
Yeah.
Phone.
Looks pretty tight.
I did not see this.
What is
I try
your
not
to look at it.
number 3 Cyberpunk?
Number 3 is piggybacking off of what you said, but mine is Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 1998 release at the arcade.
Okay. Why 1
why.
versus 2?
Here's why. Well, for me, the thing is a lot of the games we talked about, Alpha, we talked about X-Men vs. Trio, all these fighting games, right? Because God, there was a lot of fighting games on my list. It was hard for me to make a decision because I had Mortal Kombat 3, I had Street Fighter, I had Super Street Fighter, I had all kinds of fighting games. I had to weed them all out. The reason why Marvel vs. Capcom took the spot is because Marvel vs. Capcom brought together not only 2 different franchises, which is Capcom and Marvel, which each of them had all their own very, very good character sets and fighting styles and everything like that, and brought them all to one. This was the first time that these big giants were fighting together, right? But man, I gotta tell you, man, if you could jump and be like fucking 10 stories high in the fucking air and fighting, bro, I mean, that game just took it to the next level.
30 hit combo.
Let me tell you something. When Ryu does a Hadouken, that motherfucker comes out like Cyclops Blast, man, you know you on some new shit.
Yeah.
You on some next level shit. Because I got to tell you, that was the first time ever, right? Iron Man came out, Unibeam. Fuck Unibeam. Motherfucker came out with a cannon, man. That shit took up the whole fucking screen, man.
That's fucking true.
Look, that game just took it to the next level, okay?
Mhm.
I mean, I played fighting games all the way up until that time, but that motherfucker just turned it up, turned it all the way up. Okay?
I spent hell
And
of
that
quarters on that
And I
kind of
tell you
game.
what, the first time I
Quarter?
played that game, was at the arcade, right? In the mall. In the mall at the arcade. I didn't even know this shit came out until I seen it at the mall the first time we went to the mall chasing girls and shit. You know how we do. We go to the mall, we looking for girls and shit, right?
Mhm.
Sure enough, I seen the Marvel vs. Capcom shot. I said, "Oh shit! Fuck the girls. We about to throw some quarters in this motherfucker right now. Look at this shit. What is this? Fucking Akuma flying all over the shit. Motherfucker had 2 fireballs coming out big as fuck. God damn. Marvel vs. Capcom, man. One of the best fighting games known to man. And to your point, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 just built upon that foundation. But to me, that is the game that just started a damn near epidemic of crazy ass fighting games. Marvel vs. Capcom.
Very nice, very nice. Number 3 for you, Johnny. Did you not hear me?
Oh, my bad. You said number. What number we on?
3.
You gone?
3. All right. Hold on. Man. First
Uno,
process the
dos,
alcohol at the same
tres.
time. Hold on.
He got that Kirkland going. He got that Kirkland in
That
glass.
Kirkland tequila hidden, you know.
That Kirkland's
This
in
is-
glass.
Where's number 3 at?
You need me to remind you?
I guess. I mean, they're not in any order. They're just all over the place. I guess I'll say Destiny. Well, nah. Oh shit, I messed up.
No.
I messed up. I meant to push that up the list further.
Well, you just said it
Okay,
now.
okay.
You said it
Okay.
now.
Oh man, damn. All right. Well, all right. Destiny's on the list. I'm not gonna say it's my number
Okay.
3, but it's on the list since I already spoiled it.
So why Destiny?
That one's because well, it was the first time I actually played a game where I actually go online and played with amongst other people
Who are those
that
people?
are not
That were not
apparently they're all
Zerglings?
in this group right here.
Well,
These people
okay,
right here
okay. Let
carry
me so let me ask you a question, sir.
Um,
Let me ask you a question. What console did you play Destiny on?
When did it come out? It was that PS? Is that 4?
No,
Or
it's
is that
it's
3?
it's
No,
the same. It's the same
it's-
number you got hung up on, bro.
Oh, 3. My bad. It's 3.
Well, no. So here's the thing. From what I can remember, it was only myself and Johnny that were on the 4 at the time.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. I played that on
Yo, 'cause-
PS3.
I remember trying to teach you how to jump with a warlock. He was like,
Look, all I know is I mastered that loot cave. Logged on every day and started shooting at that damn thing. I was like, I'm about to level up. This
That's
is the
a
kind
great
of
thing
game
about
I'm
Destiny
talking about.
1, man. That's a great thing about Destiny 1. They have
Oh
shit like
man.
that.
Core memories on Destiny 1.
And to be honest, I
Yeah.
wish they would bring it back to that. They could have just built off of
For
that
sure.
instead of saying
Yes.
Destiny 2.
For sure.
They could just left it at Destiny and just keep on growing and left the thing the same damn way it was.
you know you
Kept
could
the
go
loot
back
cave
and play
there
it
and just
still.
let it be.
You can still go
I
back and
know,
play
but
it.
it ain't the same, man. I can't bring that gear with me. That's the only gear I like, that Volta Glass gear, because I think that's one of the very few raids I actually did more than just get carried.
You still got that gear on
Oh,
Destiny
I
1,
think
yeah?
I shot. I think I still do, man, but I don't think I could carry that over from one vault to the next vault.
Hey,
But
You
yeah,
can play
that,
it,
no,
though. You
that
can
game,
play it.
that game is
at
that's
30,
one
30
of the
frames
games
per
I put
second.
hella hours on. Yeah, I don't think I've ever played any game that long. Put that many hours into a game as that one. So that's why I meant to say that. That should have been further up on the list, but I messed up already, and I said
It's okay.
it. So
So
the cat's
Destiny,
out the bag.
Destiny 1.
Destiny 1.
Okay.
Destiny 1. Man, yeah,
Yeah. I mean, those
I
were some
messed
good
up.
memories playing that game.
Yes. A
You
lot.
just
Yeah, I missed when we all be able to log on at the same time. It's like, all right, we gonna raid, and then someone log in late. Hey man, hey, where you guys at? Let me get the loot. Was it with the treasure chest? Let me get the chest.
let me get that exotic chest.
Checkpoints.
Let me get
Yeah,
that exotic chest.
checkpoint.
Hold on, stay over there. Who got the
Yeah.
checkpoint? Who got the checkpoint? Let me get.
Yeah.
Yes. Ugh.
What you got, Nini?
For my number 3 is The Sims. Sims 2 specifically.
Sims
Oh,
2.
Damn.
Yes,
Sims
yo.
2.
That is pretty fun though. That
It's
is.
addicting. It's just like a chill game that you want to play like by yourself and just live your fantasies. But the
Live your
reason why,
fantasies, boy.
Oh man, digging deep, digging deep.
um,
The thing,
but there's
the,
so much.
the,
It's just like a relaxing game. Like any simulator game is just relaxing. But Sims 2, I like it because obviously you bring out pets and stuff. They added that, and
oh yeah, that's
Oh, they had pets.
Mhm.
Okay.
that's a game changer. But Sims, I mean, there's nothing else I could say. But yeah, I built so many of my dream house, and I don't think it's ever gonna happen.
So you in that game you just like set up your people and then they go to work and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, work, and then you have to like increase their skills by reading books, by cooking, exercising, and all that.
By living life.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, really.
sleep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is it real
Wait.
time or
No, no, you can fast forward it.
You can
But
fast
I mean,
forward,
I
okay.
had this mode. I really let them do
Cheat
whatever they
codes.
want.
Cheat codes.
Oh,
Some cheat
yeah.
codes.
Motherload was my favorite cheat code.
Some mods.
You know what? I haven't played with any
Always.
mods.
No.
No, but I should though, cause I've been seeing it on TikTok. The mod they use, I'm like, what the heck?
What kind of mods you talking?
The
Like
mod
put
they
yourself
have,
in
I'm
there?
like, huh?
Like you put yourself in there?
No, like it's just the customization for your character is like ridiculous with the mods, and it's like yeah, there's so much you could do with the mods now. I'm like,
Like, could I make my character look like Cammy with a fat ass?
yes, that's what. No, you can. I seen it. I was like,
Ian
hey,
coming
I
in
didn't
for
know there was
some
an option.
aftermarket
Dang.
parts.
But people are so creative with their houses. So like you can download now the house they build.
Nice. Very nice.
Hmm
So number
Damn, man.
3
Now
for
that shit
me.
reminded me of an honorable mention that I should have added on mine.
Oh, see? This is
Damn.
why I gave you the assignment on Monday, man.
But look, that wasn't even in my mind until she mentioned that game.
Hey. So number 3 for me is Persona 4 Golden.
Oh, I
Persona.
love that game. That's
So
great.
I've never played any Persona before this, and I had a Vita. I was like one of the only people that had a freaking Vita. Like, you guys didn't have a Vita, right? Then you guys,
I did. They were way ahead of their time.
yeah.
I
So
had that. Then I returned it because it was garbage. I'm sorry, Jared.
take that back.
Yeah, that
Take
was
that,
it.
sir. I'm about to go get it out of the drawer. No, so Persona 4
Should have got the money
Golden,
back.
I must have spent like 160 hours in that game. It is an RPG, right? And it was on sale. I was like, you know what? Everybody keeps talking about this Persona. Let me go check it out. I didn't know it was that kind of game until
Great
I
story.
got into it. The story, and this one over Persona 5, like I like the characters more in Persona 4 than in 5. And yeah, it came out in what, 2012. I didn't play it until 2016 when it was on sale for like $10. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play this. I was on a trip for the military, and I was like, this is a damn good ass game. I'm not going out. I'm fucking just gonna play this, and on the small ass screen. And yeah, it is just awesome. And hopefully they do the same thing they're doing for Persona 3 and making a remake, like a 3D remake.
Yeah, it's a great. So who did you end up picking in there? Like, did you do a pacifist run? Like,
Pacifist?
not
Yeah.
pacifist.
No, this ain't
No,
Undertale.
no. Dude, what was the question I'm trying to do with that?
Pacifist.
Yeah, no,
I,
I'm
I didn't
tripping
play
about.
Undertale. Okay,
That's a great game too.
that
Like,
is that is
the great
so
soundtrack as well. Oh, but no,
the
there's a
relationship.
question. Yeah, there you go. Relationship. Who did you end up picking?
Chie's my girl.
Chie. Oh,
Chie, come
dang.
on.
No, she was. You know what? I
She's
ended up
hand-to-hand
picking.
combat. Fuck yeah, she's the
Yeah,
one. Who'd
I
you
ended up
pick? Who'd you
picking.
pick?
What's her name? The first girl.
The one, the
Red
hotel,
dress. Yeah, yes.
the hotel
What's her
owner.
name? Yeah,
Man, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah,
I just
I picked
remember
her just
Chie.
because she was the first, but she is. That made me sad when I turned her down in my gameplay.
Oh no,
Yeah, that was like.
man. Number 2.
Great pick.
Number 2.
2. Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Number 2 on my list is World of Warcraft. You guys mentioned it already.
We did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. World of Warcraft, I think for me, again, the first foray into a true MMO, really one of the games that I think established what an MMO actually is. The game is still alive. It has withstood the test of time. Unfortunately, I don't play the game anymore. But I can't help but still reference that game to this day for things that it does well, right? I'm always wanting games that I currently play to do things that World of Warcraft did back in its heyday, or maybe still does, because there are systems in World of Warcraft that are done very well. I spent many years playing that game. I spent countless hours playing with people, with some of you guys, other people around the world, many expansions. And I don't know. There's something about that game that is, I don't know. It's a really good ritual to go in, do your dailies, do these things, jump into raids. Just there was a lot of different things that you could do. I got lost hunting animals. Like I was a hunt. I actually started the game out as a warlock, and towards the end of my tenure in that game, I ended with a hunter. And the reason I liked the hunter was it was the hunt. I wanted to go out. I wanted to capture different pets and beasts, and I wanted the rare ones, and I just wanted the quest of going out and finding something rare. And it's almost like a trophy piece. I mean, the game had a goddamn auction system. It had its own fucking eBay inside the
Yes.
fucking game, for God's sakes. I mean, Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? I mean, if a game is that big that you can make in-game money off of things that you're acquiring, I mean, Jesus, it was a complex system. The world was very vast. And to be quite honest, I think this is actually one of those games where in its earliest years it was at its best. And as time progressed, unfortunately, it started to basically kind of falter and really kind of dilute itself. So I really do like the earlier classic WoW, which is why they ended up bringing back classic WoW for the newer generation to try, because it was such a very pivotal type of game in its time. 40-man raids. How the fuck do you even get 40 people together in the same night to play on a motherfucking game, for God's sakes, and to coordinate
Yeah, those guys
40
coordinate.
people? Are you kidding me? I mean, this game was on another level. It was, again, I think it's still the pinnacle of MMOs. It's kind of fallen by the wayside. I don't personally still play it, but again, I do still honor it. Let me tell you something, guys. If I could tell you that there were people that I met in that game, okay, that met through that game and are married today with like 6 kids. Look, that game is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it is.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just crazy the kinds of connections that you can meet with a game like that, and I think that's why that game is just it's pretty iconic, at least in my book.
All
Number
right.
2.
Number 2 for you, Johnny.
Man, see, so my number 2 and number 1 are kind of I mean, it's kind of the same game. So, I mean, can I just cover both?
All
Or we
right,
gonna be jumping the gun?
give me your
I mean,
number 2. Give me your number 2.
well, it's the Spider-Man Miles Morales is my number 2.
Miles Morales. Okay.
Spider-Man.
That's the number 2.
What is
And
it
it's
about
not
that game?
Batman. Is that
Yeah, why is it not Batman?
why is it not Batman?
Yeah, Mr. Batman.
Look, I know I like everything all dark and whatnot, but look, the graphics,
Oh,
like I said earlier, in the other games, it
that
looks
that's why you
pretty.
budged a little bit
But
when
you
I
know,
said it. That's why you budged a little bit when I said it ends with a man and it starts with a
that's
bat.
right.
Oh, I see now. I see now. That's
That's
what it
right. See,
was.
different man.
That's a different man. It's a different man.
Nah, it's just this game is just the mechanics is kind of similar, but it's just like I said. I mean, the most simplest way I could put it, man. It just looks prettier than Batman. Batman, everything's dark. You know, he kind of depressed. You know, he need a friend. Yeah, that's what it is. Batman need a friend. You know, he just
Maybe
lonely
friends in the
out there,
neighborhood.
beating up people out of anger. Like, damn, homies, relax, man. You know, like with Miles or Spider Man, you know, they homies, swinging together, you know, chilling, trying to live a daily life, but
I
then they
think
get
that's why I like
sidetracked,
Joker
trying to
so
save
much,
people.
bro.
I like
That's why I
Joker. Is
like
one of my
Joker so
favorite
much.
villains. Yeah.
See, Joker's
Cause
not really a villain, man. He's a victim. He's
hey, but he rolling in that purple Lamborghini though.
What you got for number two,
man.
Nini?
My number 2 is Diablo 2.
Diablo 2.
Diablo 2.
Okay.
Like the first one, it was barely getting into it. It was like towards the end of Diablo, like when Diablo 2 was already about to come out. So I didn't really play Diablo 1 that much, but Diablo 2, boy, those even like the people that like the charms they gave me, like the people that modded it, I literally just walk around, and by the time they have but by the time I get to the enemies, the people are dead already. Such a cheat.
What you play? Druid or Paladin? What is it?
I played no Druid with my OP. It's just okay.
Do it.
Yes, I was finding my wolf everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that game, it's like the first game I guess I played with my family.
Okay.
Like me, my brother, and my stepdad. I think that's why it's like a core memory for me.
How many people could be on one game?
4.
Was it only 4?
Yeah, I think it's only 4. Cause I know it's me, my brother, and my dad all the time, and I could have told me I had one more like randomly comes in, but
Everybody had to go and like click the loot, right? It wasn't
hell yeah.
whoever grabbed it first gets it.
Yep. And I was the fast one. I tried to grab that shit quick as fuck.
Damn.
But yeah, Diablo 2 was, and it was such a random. I was like between. I was like, wow. I was like, should I do WoW or Diablo? I was like getting nervous, and I was like, you know what? Let me do Diablo 2.
Nice.
And it's just like the loot in that game. Like Blizzard just have it right with the loot. Like it doesn't matter what game it is. Like their loot is just
BlizzCon 2023. Let's go.
You gonna play this new one? You gonna play Diablo 4?
Yeah. Did you play Diablo 4?
I actually did, but I haven't. It's actually harder, Diablo 4.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like harder than like before. I could like breeze through the campaign, but this one I'm like dying. But the season actually just started today.
Okay, so you are playing then.
Yeah.
What level's your
Damn, if
character?
you're dying in that one, I might die before I load up.
Huh?
Said if you die and just trying to play the campaign, I might die before I even load up in the game.
Yeah, no,
I mean,
it's not. It's definitely the hardest Diablo out of all of them. I think. Really good though.
Cool. My number 2.
Batman.
Hell no.
The tables.
This one was actually close to get. This was my number 1 until I remembered some stuff about my number 1. And I'll justify my number 1 later. Number 2 is Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger. Reason why it's so high up there. Where is he at? Oh yeah, he did talk about it. He talked about Chrono Trigger. So,
yes, sir.
Reason why Chrono Trigger is up there is that again, it was anime as hell. The freaking Dragon Ball artist was the one that drew these characters up, right? The character designer for this was Akira Takamura. Takamura. Man, I don't remember the name, but it's the same guy that does Dragon Ball. And this game was special because it had New Game Plus. Like you beat the game, you come back, you're freaking OP, you still have all your items, and there was a purpose in having all that thing, all those things, and the levels and all the abilities still, because they had like 14 different endings in this fucking thing. And so I had to go back and I went on Game Packs. I was like, all right, how do I get this ending? Okay, try it now. I got to try this ending. And so I spent so much time in that game just replaying it
Trying to get
over
in the
and
win.
over. Yeah. And
Do
then
you remember your favorite ending?
my favorite ending it has to be like the best one, like the one where everybody it's like the happy ending,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because again, just like in Breath of Fire, the main character fucking dies. The main character dies and you don't get to play as him for a good portion of it. And if you want the best ending, you have to revive him because
Oh, spoiler. I
there's
guess
a
I ain't playing that game.
there's a Back to the Future mechanic, right? Because you have a time machine, so you can go, you do this, time hopping thing, and I they just need to remake that game, and yeah, another RPG on my list, but that's probably one of the best. So, but
That is a
Chrono
good
Trigger,
game.
A great choice. Yeah, I
yep.
kind of regret not beating it.
Now you gotta beat it 14 times.
Oh God.
So, no, you probably didn't know that Chrono dies.
I
The
didn't. I really
spoiler.
didn't. I
Another
didn't even. I didn't know
another
they had
spoiler.
16
This
endings.
guy with the spoilers.
Ah,
Oh, now you don't have to play.
there you go. You just YouTube it. And now for the finals. Number one.
My number one is Destiny. That is the game that I still play to this day. Um, but technically, I'm playing Destiny 2, but on my list is Destiny 1. And Destiny 1 is the game that, like we all
It will
just
be
said,
referred to as Destiny.
yeah, it'll
Yes.
just be referred to as
Yes.
Destiny. What's funny is that I didn't go looking for this game, right? My wife was the one that wanted to try the game based on just seeing a commercial on TV and was like, yeah, let's go play this game. Sure, I'll play this game. She played it first. I played the second day. I was hooked. And the thing about this game that hooked me in was I was coming off of Warcraft, right? And I just talked about Warcraft being my second game. And the reason why Warcraft was my second game was because of the chase and because of the MMO and all those types of things. Another part of what I was really big on, and we talked about this earlier, maybe not on stream, was Counter Strike. Counter Strike was my very first game that I played competitive, first person shooter. I was getting into first person shooters. That was the game that I got in with. Shortly thereafter came Call of Duty. Everybody knows Call of Duty, the pinnacle of first person shooters in this day of age, right? And Call of Duty at the time was also something that I played a lot of and I was into. The thing is I found myself wanting to leave those games because I couldn't find everything I wanted out of each of them. I liked first person shooters, I liked MMOs, but I didn't have both. And I think Destiny was that game for me. It brought those two worlds together. It was first person and it had those MMO elements of gear chase and loot chase and weapon chase and those things that I liked. And so it wasn't as hardcore as WoW, and that's why I had to sort of rip myself away from it. And it wasn't too technical like Call of Duty, very like accurate, super accurate, right? Like the gunplay was good, but it wasn't like really, really crazy good. And it wasn't too serious. And I think that's the thing that I was trying to get away from was military weapons are cool and all, but I like space guns and the fantasy and the world and the art. The thing is, I'm a really creative and a very artsy kind of guy. And just all of these things together was embodied in this game. It was the art style, it was the world, it was engaging, it was first person, it was MMO, it was just all of these things. And not only was that, but my friends were liking the game too. We were all playing together, we made connections, we did raids together, we chased loot, we did the LAN parties. It was a great time. Are we in that same time now? Not necessarily. But the thing is, when it was good, when it was the golden age, man, that game was, I mean, it was top. It was top for me. And again, I still play the game to this day, the second one at the very least. But I think that Destiny 1 was one of those games where, man, I put a ton of hours in and played constantly. That's my number one.
Nice. Johnny, number one.
See, I should have. My list is all messed up now, man.
No more Kirkland
This
for
is
you,
see.
brother.
Here's the thing. I told you to
Man,
rank them, and you're like, "Oh, they're all number one to me.
look,
They're all number one to me."
they are. They all belong. They're all special to me, man. They're all special. All right. Like I said, I couldn't mention two of them at the same time for my number two. So I guess I have. I'm forced to make this my number one because it's the last one on my list. But I got some other ones to add because all them other games you guys talking about, man, it's like shit. I think that's just extra mentions, not even honorable. It's just there. But it would be just the Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man on PlayStation, the um, the one before Miles Morales. Only
Okay.
reason to me is because that's the first game I ever completed. Like I completed every damn thing on that thing. I platinum that
Platinum,
mess. I was like, damn,
platinum, baby.
I never do that to a game. I was like, wow, this is this is crazy. I never thought I'd play a game this much to where I'm like, oh, the story's done. Hold on, I ain't done. I gotta collect everything else. I mean, look,
No, hold
Destiny
on,
was
hold
kind
on,
of
hold
that,
on,
but
hold on,
I
hold on.
couldn't I couldn't solo that mess like that.
I thought you said you beat Metal
Whoa,
Gear
whoa,
Solid
what?
because you didn't have a memory card. That means you did
I
everything,
didn't
though,
have
yeah.
did I say explored everything? That's completing it, man. That's not
Bro,
I didn't
there's no
explore
open
shit. I have
world
time to
Metal
do all that.
Gear Solid 1.
I mean, look. I just got to the end. Okay, I don't know if that really is considered, and who knows who picked up the controller when I was sleeping, man? Maybe somebody got to another.
No.
I left it on, so I can't honestly say I completed that on my own. See, so, but this one, yeah, I actually platinumed this mess. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's why I went on to the second one, the Miles Morales, which was my number two, technically, on this list.
Mister, too
But yeah,
technical for you.
but should have been
Nice.
Destiny as number one, but I slipped up and I
It's
said
okay. It's okay.
Destiny is
We get
number
it. We
three.
get it, brother. Don't worry.
Man,
You're good, bro. You're good.
pressuring me to put them in order. It's like, look, I just slapped them on there.
You had a 5-day head start.
Man, look.
Yeah.
And then Nini over there mentioning Sims 2. I was like, shit, man, I forgot about Sim City.
Yes. Oh yes, the
Sim
city.
City.
Yeah.
Ah,
Sim City.
Oh. Ah.
oh, man.
Next
Yeah, that
time,
was
See?
I'll give
great.
you the homework assignment 2 weeks out.
That don't matter. I get done the day before. That's how I operate.
Procrastinator.
Nini, what's your number one?
Jeff said it. Destiny is I still play it till this day, and yeah, like what Jeff said, like FPS, because at that time, honestly, if I could put number one, will be honestly the Halo series. but
That's
Bungie,
Bungie.
See, that's the
That's
yeah,
pressure.
Bungie.
It's the
Bungie,
pressure. See?
Bungie made Destiny. That's the only reason why I knew. That's the only reason why I tried Destiny, and it actually ended up being better than what I thought. Like you said, it was like MMO and FPS, and at that time, that's all I was playing. And to
Yeah,
have that different feel to it, and still this day, the only ones doing it is, and a lot
it
of core
is.
memory, a lot of core memory.
It still is fun. I mean, I'll turn
Yeah.
that thing on just to go and
Destiny
just
one for
play
sure. Like,
play a little bit,
It
just
is one of the few games that can still pull it off. Because I know there
hmm
have been a couple that have tried to come and do it, and unfortunately they haven't been able to.
no, and the fact that they said too, like they already knew it's gonna be a 10-year planned game,
Yeah.
and the
for
fact that
sure.
Yeah.
they said it and it
Yeah.
still is, like, oh
And that's what I was looking for, that longevity, right? Like I want
yeah,
to
yeah,
continue to play this game. I don't want to just play it for a few hours or a few days or a few weeks or months
hmm
or whatever it is and just put it down. I just want to I want to keep this I want to
continue.
keep the character. I want to keep improving. I want to keep going. Just like I did in WoW. I played
Yeah, I was gonna
years
say
and years
wow,
and
yeah.
years with the same character. Why do I want to start over?
hmm
This was another experience to do that with. And it has. It's nearly 10 years now with this franchise, you know? So
Very
That's
I
a
agree
good
with
nice.
you.
game.
So my
Now he's
number
gonna say
one.
Batman.
Hell no. I'm not even honorable mention that. No, it's all right. It's all right. Number one for me, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah,
Mm.
for sure.
Final Fantasy VII, and I realized it earlier. that this is number one because I own Final Fantasy VII on almost everything I fucking have. I've
Including
got
figurines.
figures, freaking Final Fantasy VII, the remake, got multiple copies of that, freaking PC, PS5. But Final Fantasy VII proper, or OG, I had that on every playable PlayStation. So if it was playable on that PlayStation, I had a copy for it. It was, I think Final Fantasy VII was my very first, like, I'm going to save money and fucking buy this game. And, oh, wait, I've got friends that are playing
On
it
every
too.
console.
I need to go and freaking I have to get to the second disc and catch up to everybody because everybody's talking about this thing. And that's how we measured our like, how far are you? Are you on the second disc yet? You know, it's that there was
Yeah.
something special about that game. I remember Cyberpunk and I going and having a PlayStation magazine, PSM, I think, and getting that demo disc and playing that first
Oh yeah.
Scorpion boss over and over
Yeah.
and over again. It was like nothing we've ever seen before. The polygons, right? It's the first polygonal Final Fantasy, you know, and I was already into RPGs. And guess what? Yet again, another RPG where you don't get to play as the main character for freaking a good portion of it. Right? So it's a no-brainer for me. And it's also the very first game that I hooked up to my VHS freaking player. And
Did you say VHS?
VHS player, put a
Damn.
VHS tape in there and started recording all the
Recorded his
cutscenes. I was not
Oh,
gameplay, the
damn.
cutscenes. I started recording. So I already beat the
That's
game,
crazy.
replayed the game so I can get all the cutscenes on VHS. It was YouTube.
You still got
before
that tape?
YouTube. It's somewhere in my mom's house. Somewhere over there. And it probably still plays. So, yeah.
Damn, that commitment.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I've beaten that game. It's
Damn.
ridiculous. Final Fantasy VII, my number
I'm
one.
still jealous of your cloud motorcycle.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah, you can see the other one. It's
Yeah, I
right
know. That's how I was like,
there.
yeah.
The
Look.
Advent Children one.
And before my fucking Discord crapped out when I was talking about Final Fantasy, the thing about Final Fantasy VII is, to be quite honest, if you didn't know about RPGs, if you didn't know about the Final Fantasy franchise, that is the game that brought it to the world.
Yes.
Everybody knows Final Fantasy.
Uh-huh.
Everybody. It's because of that game. Final
Everybody
Fantasy
knows who
VII.
Cloud is.
Everybody knows.
Yeah,
Is
that big
free-
ass
is that
sword.
free on PlayStation now?
Mm-hmm.
The remake's been free on PlayStation.
Oh, see, I don't go looking for these things, so you know.
I don't remind you guys about free save. I remind you guys of deals, not free stuff.
Look, I still need a memory card, so you know.
No, that shit ain't free, bro. That probably $200 buy you a memory card for a PS1 now. Yeah. That is it for us today, guys. That is enough of our bullshit today. Everybody, thank you for watching. Watch us on Twitch. Watch us on YouTube. Where can they find you, Cyberpunk?
On PsyBrawn's fucking stream, bro.
And go, Nini.
Right here.
Nini, where
You
can they find
me
you?
on Twitter, and I'll be streaming pretty soon when I get back. And you catch me on PsyBrawn's stream as well.
Nice. And Johnny? Where
Catch
can they
me
find
right
you?
here, right next to all of y'all.
All right. We'll try to do this every Friday, same time, between 10 and 11 at night Pacific time. Maybe next time we'll wonder why I didn't say DDR as my number one.
Arcade or
Everybody.
home edition.
Where's
Thanks
that
for
busted
listening,
groove? Where's that
everybody.
busted groove?
Until next time, be well.
Bye.